So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we've been doing a podcast series on Montreal Canadiens goalie draft picks that never made it to the NHL. Now, this guy has to be the biggest head scratcher because it seemed all factors should have played together for him to play at least a few games in the WHA or the NHL, but because of the crowded creases in both formations, he never did so. Doesn't diminish his talent. Now, Maurice Barrette first came to major prominence with the famous Quebec Remparts of the QMJHL. Now, over 3 seasons in the Q, he played in over 150 games for the squad, nearly 200 if you count the playoffs. Now, his best campaign, in my humble opinion, was 1976's draft year, where he played 58 games in a regular season and 15 in the playoffs as their number one goalie. Now, this eventually led to 5'7", 150 goalie to be drafted 90th overall in the 5th round by the Habs, and in the 4th round by the Nordiques, 44th overall. Now, Maurice' minor career is quite interesting. Now, he came to the Nova Scotia Voyageurs program from Montreal. I don't know why he didn't sign with Quebec. I think he would have had a better chance, but he signed with Montreal. It came after him winning the Hap Ems Memorial Trophy for the outstanding goalie at the 76 Memorial Cup. So we thought, there's factors playing together. Dryden's getting older, Larocque's getting older. There could be an opening for number 3 goalie. 77, he played 9 games with the Voyageurs, but in 78, he was the unofficial high number 2 with 39 games, 22, 11, and 5, and 8 games in the playoffs. 78, he played 20 games with the Voyageurs before heading over to Springfield. That year, he was 12, and 1. And the average in the minors were quite strong. You look at those years with the Voyageurs, 2.74 in that big campaign. We had 39 games. But I think what really hurt Maurice, being 5'7", 150, maybe he wasn't big enough to take the NHL style. But when he was with the Voyageurs, it drew a lot of interest. Now, that 78 team there, by the way, they had Bob Holland and Ed Walsh on that squad as well. So that's 2 other great prospects that deserved a second or third look. But by the time the 79 season came about, it was more crowded because you had Richard Sevigny, Bruce Horsch, which we did a story on before. That's the big collegiate player that we're taking a look at. And Sevigny, although he didn't play as a number 1, Robert Holland was the number 1 that year, and for some reason they decided that Sevigny was going to be the future number 3 for Montreal. And of course, when Dryden quit in 79, it opened up. So he could have easily been that backup goalie or part of that threesome with Haro and Sevigny back in the day, but woulda, shoulda, coulda. But Maurice, there's various members of the media in Quebec have told me this was a great prospect, but like I said, sometimes in hockey it never works out. But you can't take away from the fact he almost played 200 games with the Remparts at their, what I call, second golden era, where they had some really strong players back in the 70s, played with the great Nova Scotia Voyageurs, great Springfield team in the AHL, and no disregarding that. Sometimes players don't make it. And like I said, he was just knocking on the door, but he couldn't open that large door of Montreal. I think there was 9 goalies in the mid to late 70s were knocking on the door, and it was crowded. Talk about a crowded crease. So that's the story of the Maurice Barrette. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, or subscribe. Requests are always taken. And if you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. Have a good day. Bye.